Hello and welcome to the Philippines. I'm here today at JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services. Met this guy a couple of weeks ago. He's helping out an expat friend of mine with his visa, and today we're talking about the SRRV, which is, you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, thank you, Rod. By the way, I'm jrcoca, the managing proprietor of the JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services based here in Cebu City, Philippines. The company is duly accredited with the Philippine Retirement Authority, which is the issuing body or the office, the retirement office. And we are also accredited with the Bureau of Immigration. So other visas, which is relative to the retirement visa, which is the spousal visa, the working visa, just to name a few. So basically, our team is composed of 4, and we are here to definitely help you. And the visa side, the retirement office, the retirement visa, for the real estate, and for setting up a company here in the Philippines. So Rod, yeah.
Now you have opened up an office in Dumaguete as well?
Yes, sir. So we just opened our office in Dumaguete last February 7th, and we are located in door number 6 in Lopega building, that's in Locsin Street, approximately 2 doors away from the Bureau of Immigration office.
Ah, very convenient.
Yes.
All right. And there are a number of visas. People like me come here on a tourist visa.
Yes, sir.
And we have to go to immigration every 2 months, sometimes 6 months. And sometimes, especially if you live out of town, that can be a hassle. So
Yes.
many people look at for the SRRV, which is the special.
Residence Retirees Visa, SRRV, sir.
Okay, and who qualifies for that?
Basically, the one who qualifies for the SRRV are those 35 years old and above. And they will be categorized based on their age brackets. Yes.
All right. And our friend, he is actually a military, so he comes in at a special rate.
Yes, it is.
And what are the requirements money wise for the SRRV?
Okay. Let's run through first the SRRV.
Okay.
SRRV is a multiple entry visa. It belongs to the non-immigrant visa as categorized by the Philippine immigration law. And one of the major benefits of the visa is a multiple entry. And they will be exempted in the annual report once they have the visa, because other visas issued by the immigration are required to have the annual report. Another benefit also for the retirement visa, if you want to set up a business here and be hands-on in your operations, technically by immigration law you're required to have the working visa. But once you have the SRRV or the Special Residence Retirees Visa, you are already not required to get the working visa.
Oh, really?
But you have,
yeah. Ah, okay.
And once you have also a dependent, child, spouse, they can also come with you. And if you have a child below 21 years old and they plan to study English here in the Philippines, or they want to go with you, they will be exempt to have the student visa as well. So those are the major benefits that you can get the visas aside from the other benefits. And you may actually discover it later on once we expound in this vlog of fraud.
Okay. All right. And we have a lot of, I know in the expat community, you have a military privilege,
Yes.
a special privilege on the amount that is required to be deposited. Now, does that apply, is that just with the USA or is it with other countries as well?
Basically, the policy that was drafted since 1984 was specifically mentioning the U.S. military servicemen. But it is also open to other countries like Australia, to name a few, UK, but it is subject for approval by the retirement office.
Okay.
Okay. Let me run through you the categories of the visa.
Yeah,
first, at 35 to 49 years old, that is a category of SMILE SRRV. Basically, you will be required by a visa deposit of $20,000 US, and it will be locked in the bank. And the retirement office will return the $20,000 US once you cancel the visa with minimal interest, because it's an interest bearing. It will be a time deposit account, and don't expect for
No.
much interest, but it will be less than 0.5% a year.
Right.
So it's nothing basically. But to those falling into the smile category, they may opt to increase their visa deposit from 20,000 to 50,000 US dollars for them to use that as an investment.
Ah.
Right? Next is the classic category. The classic is 50 years old and above.
Mhm.
So basically, it opens to all nationalities, and the visa requirement initially was 20,000 US dollars. It will go down to 10,000 US dollars once a particular applicant has a pension of at least 800 US dollars, in which your viewers are actually can avail that.
Yeah. I think most pensioners from Australia, New Zealand, America,
Yes.
USA, Canada, Western Europe, their pension is probably above that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, we also have some applicants from the US,
Uh-huh.
and they have multiple pensions, and they can use their social security.
Okay.
So on the third one, which is most common, actually there are 5 or 6 categories for the visa, the retirement visa to be specific. The other most common is the expanded courtesy, which is this here has a good value proposition for those who have served the military, specifically the U.S. military servicemen. They just need to provide the DD 214, and there's a requirement also of the pension, which is 1,000 US dollars, which is basically with falling into place because that is actually a small pension that they got once they have served the military.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And talking about the visa deposit, as you may see, this expanded courtesy are open to 50 years old and above. And as what I mentioned for the classic, going back from 10,000 US dollars, it will go down all the way down to 1,500.
Okay.
So that's
Very
a big
nice.
deal. That's
Very
a
nice
really good
benefit,
deal. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
For military personnel.
Yes, it is.
All right. And 50 years old and above.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then what type of fees are there? Are there fees to get into these programs?
Yes, there are. Aside from, there are costs that you may consider in terms of taking a look at your financials. One of which is the processing fee. We're only talking about a single applicant here. So basically, the processing fee for PRA is 1,400 US dollars. Both applicable for classic, smile, and category.
Okay.
And they also have what we call an annual fee or an ID fee, which will be renewable every year. That's 360 US dollars. So that's $1,400 and 360 US dollars. That would be 1,760
Okay.
US dollars.
All right. Now this is multiple entry.
Yes, it is, Rod.
Okay. And how long does is this for eternity? Does this visa last for eternity until the government changes it or until you die?
Basically, this visa is lifetime.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a misinterpretation of this visa because some of our clients come to the office and they would say, I'm going to renew my visa, but what are they renewing is the ID, not the visa.
Okay.
It's only a one-time process, and once you have that done, it will be through your lifetime.
Okay.
And what you'll be renewing are only your IDs, respective IDs.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, is the ACR card, is that part of it, or do you no longer need that, or?
You are already exempted to have an I-card because this is a special visa.
Okay.
And there's no such thing as double visa in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. And there are investment categories for this too. Is that part of the SRRV if you want to buy a condominium?
Investments wise, you can actually, from the classic category, which is the 20,000 US dollars, including the expanded courtesy, which is the military servicemen, they can avail to withdraw their deposit, respective deposit, after they have their visa. Basically, two options. One is buying a condominium unit ready for occupancy and has all the ownership documents. For example, the title, the tax declaration, and the deed of sale. Those are the most common
All right.
because PRA will be checking on those things. and the minimum worth of the condominium unit is at least $50,000 US dollars.
50,000.
Yes. So
Okay.
basically that's 2.8 million pesos.
Okay.
At 53 pesos per dollar exchange rate on the assumption. But
Right.
it will be fluctuating then.
Right. Okay.
The second option is a long-term lease of a house and lot for 25 years. And the total lease amount should also be 50,000 US dollars as well. And it also have the title, the tax declaration, and the ownership documents of the lessor.
All right.
Yeah.
So how difficult and complicated is the process of applying for these, and how long does it take? What is the process?
Basically, in terms of complexity, everything is manageable. Like our company is here to help you, and this is a very informative video by Rod, sharing to everybody, especially the subscribers, because these are basically we just have to get the two major requirements: the visa deposit, which should be inwardly remitted from your bank, for example, in the US or UK, going to the accredited bank in the Philippines for PRA. And the next thing is the police clearance, which is duly authenticated by the Philippine Embassy of your country of origin, and the rest of the requirements we can do here in the Philippines. So we can actually do that, finish all the requirements, the other requirements here in less than half day.
Okay. How long does it usually take from the start to when you finally get your visa?
On a range of 30 to 45 days, the visa will be given to you, because I take this opportunity to let everybody know the entire process. The Philippine Retirement Authority is mandated by the Department of Tourism under the Office of the President, and the issuing body of the visa is the Bureau of Immigration. So your application is evaluated in two offices, not one. So that is why sometimes here in the Philippines, everything takes time. That's a reality.
Well, right.
Like titles are taking time, and also the visa. But I just want to let this to be disseminated, because this is the process. It will be evaluated in the retirement office and then forwarded to the Bureau of Immigration for the issuance of the visa, since the retirement office is not authorized to issue any visa except for the Bureau of Immigration. So normally from Cebu, you apply in Cebu. If you have a less hassle, less traffic, convenient other than Manila, the place is Cebu City or Dumaguete. We're here for you. And normally it will take 30 to 45 days, and you have your SRRV.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now you're also allowed to bring in duty-free, tax-free,
Yes.
a certain amount of goods, and there are many other advantages
Yes.
to this
True.
if you have those types of requirements and wishes.
Yeah.
Alright.
One of the benefit, as after I mentioned the major one, is there's also a tax-free importation of 7,000 one time only, 7,000 worth 7,000 US dollars worth of personal goods, except motorized vehicles.
Okay, so
But-
if you want to ship furniture or
Yes,
electronics,
furniture,
all that
tables,
kind of stuff.
Yes, you can put it in one container and have it shipped in the Philippines. But I would like also to have this disseminated. The process of availing the tax-free importation is a different process with applying with a visa.
Okay.
I don't want everybody to be in the pitfalls of challenges, delays, because once there is delays, there will be cost.
Okay.
And that's what I don't want.
Keep it separate.
Keep
It's a separate process.
Yes. Withdrawing the visa deposit, availing the tax-free importation is a separate process. Cancellation of your visa is a separate process. Applying for the visa is a separate process. That I want to make it clear at this point of time.
Okay. So to deposit that money into a bank, you need to set up a bank account here, obviously.
Two ways. You can actually you can use the service of the private banks, in which you need to set up a bank account, a temporary bank account, for you to wire your money from outside the Philippines to the chosen bank, private bank. Or you may put that directly to the account of PRA under the Development Bank of the Philippines or the government bank. So no need to set up a personal account.
Oh, I see.
You just need to have the remittance instruction and put in some necessary details to have it tagged to you, and boom, we have it already.
Okay.
Yes.
So how many pages and forms do you have to fill out?
For the application, it will only be 4 pages.
Okay.
1 page for the medical certificate. One thing that we can guarantee you, we will be assessing your application. We will be taking a look at your priorities, preferences, so that we can fit in the service that we can actually give you.
One thing I will say that I tend to be somebody who tries to struggle through so many things myself. I always think I can do it. I can do it. And what I find, especially in foreign countries, is that these immigration people, they're dealing with people from hundreds of different countries,
Exactly.
hundreds of different languages, and their rating is different, their pronunciation, everything is different. So they really have a challenge in trying to translate as you're filling these forms out. And one thing about the Philippines and many other countries, I'm sure too, these guys know the people in immigration. They deal with them every day, and they know what is required. They know when they're having a good day, when they're having a bad day. maybe if the immigration guy is having a bad day, you leave and you come back a different day. You know how to deal with Filipinos. You speak their language. Whereas
I think you already have some languages already, local languages that you can speak of.
Whereas, even though many Filipinos speak very good English, as does JR, there is a language barrier oftentimes. And I go to immigration, I see guys arguing and asking and confused. They ask a question and they get an answer, but they don't really understand the answer. So there is an advantage in using an immigrant, and this is not a paid advertisement, unfortunately. Maybe when these guys are millionaires.
Thanks, Rod. Thanks for being so kind enough.
Maybe when these guys are millionaires, they'll buy me a McDonald's meal or something.
Sure, we'll have McDonald's soon.
But anyway, there can definitely be advantages in using an agency like this. My friend, one of my subscribers, who I've known for, several months, he's using you guys. And the first time I met him, he started bragging about how good you guys were and how you were taking care of everything. So anyway, that is, do you have anything else to add to that? You also deal in, before we go on to anything else, you also deal in, before we go to, do you have anything else to add to the SRRV discussion?
Basically, on this video is a short clip. And taking the SRRV 30 to 45 days processing time, aside from the preparation of documents, will take you time. I just want this to, as based on your last statements, what is the advantage of having an agency and doing it alone, by yourself? Basically, it's the value that we actually trying to portray and to be felt with our clients. Somehow we are Filipinos and we know how it works here. It's just like, based on my experience in the 3 years of the industry after I set up the company, I learned that there should be someone in between. Because I know foreigners have the capacity to pay it, but they will misinterpret what is the situation all about. And we, with my team, actually, our vision is actually to help them, but we cannot help them if we don't understand what we're doing. Right. And once we understand it, we actually share it with them. Sir, these are the options. You may choose what options you take. I mean, they come to the office inquiring. Yes, it's no problem. Consultation is free. And we lay down the options. You can do it alone, or you can hire us to help you. That's it. So that's basically it. And so far, I find that we have not done yet any ads on the web, but what works for us well is the referral. Okay. Meaning, it gives us a feedback that our clients were satisfied with our service.
Are these SRRVs, are they usually approved? Do you have many that are not approved?
So far, last year, 2019, we have 64 applicants.
Okay.
and all of them were approved
All of them were approved.
by
Okay.
God's grace.
Okay, so there weren't, and I have no idea what kind of issues would come up if they had some kind of a bad record back in there. They couldn't get a.
Normally, for the disapproval or denial of the visa application, one of the most common, or probably three of the most common reasons are they have derogatory records in immigration. Because before the Board of Commissioners will approve the visa, they will conduct a derogatory check. And if there is misrepresentation, tampering of the arrival stamp, it happened in Manila.
All right, right.
And I haven't encountered it yet, but I heard that that was denied. All right. And the other is actually falsification of documents, non-declaring of what needs to be declared. So those are the basic things, but those things are common.
Okay.
If we will try to guide our clients what is the right thing to do, because I don't want them to be in a scenario wherein they're in a foreign country,
Right.
following the rules of that country, and they will be in trouble.
Yeah.
That basically I don't want to happen.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And then you guys offer other services too. You're involved in setting up, helping foreigners set up corporations.
Yes. Yes, we do.
That sort of thing.
Yes.
That's another side of your business.
Yes, because
we'll do a video about that some other time.
Yeah, sure, no
And
problem.
then you're involved in the real estate business as well.
Yes.
You do real estate.
Yeah, because by profession I'm a licensed broker, real estate broker, and appraiser here in the Philippines. So basically, I have two licenses with me. Our company is more on the consultancy side. I don't want us to sell.
Right.
I don't want us to knock on doors. Sir, here's buy this one because there will be price increase. I don't want that.
Right. Right.
So we are consultants here. So basically, you might see us young, but I do believe that intention matters most, in which our intention is to help you.
All right. All right. Very good. Thank you, JR. And I had a long conversation with JR and his fellow fellow consultants
Thank you.
a week or two ago, and had a lot of information there. So they seem to know their stuff, and they are in the Tower 3 of the
Club Ultimo Tower.
Club Ultimo Towers, which is basically Crown Regency
Yes.
Hotel down by Fuentios Minya Circle.
Yes.
Here, and then their new office, they have one more office in Dumaguete now.
Yes. In Lupega Building, Luxin Street.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Rod, thank you so much, and for the subscribers of Rod, if you have questions or verifications, you may send him a message, and we'll get in touch with you. Of course, Rod and I will be helping you all the way. He is here, and we are here, and I wish from my team to yours, have a great day. Thank you.
You guys want to get in the
Our
picture?
team, yeah, come here. This is Kervin for the real estate. Ed, come here. And this is Ed for PRA, retirement visa. Our two colleagues are out in the field right now servicing clients. So, without much further ado, have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.